Hello and welcome back to Shards. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after we met Alvi and we fell in a river while fishing, and then something mysteriously happened, and one of Alvi's little trinkets, a ring that he has around like a little chain, kind of like Aiden, fell in the river, and Cody, going through some stuff, decided to use that as a perfect time to get wet and retrieve the ring. Prove his friendship, get brownie points. And he did. And before that, we saw Therium kind of talking to the masked person and watching Cody intently. And then just being a little bit, Therium, kind of evilish. Or maybe not completely evil, but just being, his usual self. But yeah, so we're about to eat dinner with Terry. I wonder what could happen. Anyways, but yeah, so let's continue. The man guides you to his cabin with a reassuring expression on his face. He's clearly keeping many questions inside, waiting for the right opportunity to jump in. For now, the wet and shivering cat and dog are a bigger priority. Here are some towels. Make yourself at home. You can take off your clothes and place them to dry on the wire in the sun. I'll go make dinner with these lovely fish that you've caught. Thank you, Terry. You're the best. He nods and walks out, leaving you and your pitiful friend alone. Hey, I'm not very versed with spells, but could you not do the cleaning thing you did earlier? That is a good question, Scribbles. Getting all that water out will take a different kind of spell, and you don't have much magic left. If you want to risk passing out, I could try. It's gonna take a lot out of me. I don't think it's worth it. He nods without questioning you further. Then you two turn your backs to each other and start undressing fully. You hear him ruffle his fur with a towel, and you do the same, starting with your head and ending with your large tail. You slowly turn around just to take a peek. Thankfully, he's done covering up. Done? Then let's go hang these. Once again, without a word, he follows you and your soft smile. Let's see. I think this is the line. It's so much warmer in here when you're not completely soaked in river water. You have more clothes than me. Are you... Wait. Whoa, wait. Not like that. Don't just toss them like that. You need to spread them out and make sure that they're not wrinkled before putting the pin on. Have you never hung clothes before? It's my first time. A dryer kind of guy, My mom was always afraid a dryer would burn our house down. She can be a bit paranoid sometimes. Let me help. Here, like this. Is your phone going to be fine? Yeah, probably. It's not the first time that I went in for a swim. I'm surprised it survived so long. At least there's that. The dog squats down and drops his ears, hugging his legs and keeping the towel covering as much of his body as possible. You hurry to hang the rest of the clothes upon realizing that he's been getting more and more upset since the incident. I sincerely hope that you're not sad because of me. Would it be a deal breaker if I was? A deal breaker for what? Being friends, I guess? You join him, slowly lowering yourself with a towel around the waist, the same way today's adventure began, the same way it seems to end, sitting on the floor, sulking. I don't blame you for anything, in case you were wondering. I know, you are nice, much nicer than I gave you credit for, which might be why I feel bad for misjudging you. Wow, that's a relief. Finally beating the weirdo allegations. Oh no, you're never beating those. Okay. But a nice weirdo. You're a weirdo too. I know. A cute one. Oh. Thanks. And, thank you for today. I should have been more open about exploring newfound freedom, like going out to catch my very first fish. It was fun, even if we both became victims in the end. About that, what's with the ring again? You mentioned, is it a Nightfallen? Yeah, a friend, even. It's actually a family heirloom. He belonged to my mom, but when she found out what the gem actually was, she was set on shattering it. That's horrible. That's why I decided to save him. What kind is he? Oh, right, you're not supposed to talk about those kinds of details. Of course. But if the ring is so important, why are you keeping it exposed like that? Wouldn't it be safer in your backpack or a summoner pouch? He doesn't like the dark or closed spaces, and especially doesn't like being worn, so I have no other choice. But I swear that the chain I'm using is strong. I tested it so many times before. I have no idea why it gave out now. Wear and tear happens. It's just an unfortunate coincidence. Might be. Time passes as you converse and jump from nerdy topic to topic. An aromatic, warm smell reaches your nose, getting more and more potent in parallel with the setting sun. And that's how you play tic-tac-toe too. What other madness will this world invent? Still waiting for chess too. I hope you boys are ready to get filled. I swear they're saying stuff like that on purpose. Filled with a hearty, steaming bowl of soup, of course. Nothing better to prevent a cold. It's a little late in the season to go swimming, you know. Oh, we couldn't possibly. Please, I insist. You have to taste the yield of your labor, wouldn't you say? Besides, you have to tell me all about what happened. I like me some gossip and drama. You have a feeling his generosity is a mixture of kindness, loneliness, and curiosity, so fighting him is futile. And staying with him will solve a big problem the both of you have. We didn't eat much today, and our clothes could use a bit more time to dry. Yes, excellent. To the dining area we go then. I'll bring the plates. You guys get comfortable. Do we at least have dry underwear? I don't want to dine in a towel. You could wear it around the waist like me. Pass. About the underwear. Yeah, it sure worked just fine. And nothing else? My shirt at least? Still kinda moist. All your clothes are pretty thick. Great material though. Must have been expensive. Alright then. You two take your seats side by side at the small dining nook that the reindeer clearly handcrafted. Soon he joins you carrying bowls, utensils, and a loaf of bread. A bit hard to balance for the old man, but as most other older people think, he can't have his guests help out. A large pot comes last, a pot of fish soup still simmering gently, releasing an enticing aroma of fish, herbs, tender fish fillets caught no more than an hour ago with a hint of lemon, its rich golden broth promising the warmth and comfort the reindeer was so proudly talking about earlier. A loaf of soft yet crunchy bread awaits you, and mugs of sweet tea. Ho 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 ho! So you jumped in, just like that? Yeah, it wasn't the best idea, but I don't regret it. Did the rice work? It did. Works like a charm, although the battery is basically dead, but that's not the water's fault. I'm relieved. Slurp. The soup is amazing, Terry. I'm glad you liked it. What about you, little guy? What, me? You seem lost in thought. Didn't even touch your spoon yet. Oh, no, I mean, I was just thinking about how nice it must be to live in the woods like this. It truly is a remarkable experience, but I don't wish it upon anybody. Why not? Not bothered by anyone, wildlife all around, the barrier exit within close reach? That's what I said in my youth. But when it is all said and done, when you get bored of jumping from one meaningless fling to another, and you realize that you don't have anyone around to ask for a cup of sugar from in a time of need, it gets old quick. How did you get here with life? That is a long story. Our tea mugs are still hot and full, and our curiosity is piqued. Well, if you insist. It started when my parents made me choose a career path. Dear Diary, I've retreated once again in the back of his mind to get away from an old man's life story, but also to express my own thoughts, since narrating someone else's life doesn't leave much room for my own. And I know whoever is reading this must be thinking, old? He's barely over half a century while you hold millennia under your wings. And to that I say, shut up, you don't know me. In other news, I'm having fun. Way too much fun. I've experienced so many things that I couldn't before, thanks to him. I am ashamed to admit this, but I truly wish that we were alone. Hey, what are diaries for if not shameful confessions, am I right? It was never a problem before. But with our growing bond, I'm starting to believe more and more that perhaps I wasn't such an idiot after all, despite what they said. P.S. The soup was delicious, even after his impatient ass burned our tongue. Twice. Let's go back before he notices I'm gone. You're best friends with him? Even after the queen chose you as consort first? Huh? That city was named after you? Is that why we don't need visas to visit it? What? And you're the reason why we have sliced bread? More like commercially friendly sliced bread. What the fuck did I miss? Scribbles, did you not hear his story? He's a literal retired legend, and he's not even a hunter. I was away for a bit. Oh, that sucks. You missed out. But you'll tell me about it, right? Right? I don't think that I can even recreate the epicness of his tale. Ugh, forget it. I'll look for the memory in your mind when I get time. Don't you dare lock it. So, did I convince you? I always wanted to settle down with the person that I love at some point. You just made me fortify that thought even more. I'm not much of a marriage guy, but the thought of a lifelong partner does sound more enticing now. I'm glad to hear it. I'd love to fill your minds with more meaningless stories. God knows I have lots of those. But I heard the first years of the academy will have a busy day tomorrow. You need to get ready. Of course, we totally didn't forget about the auditions. I am almost looking forward to them now. You get up and walk over to the clothes to check on them. Been dry for some time now. Thanks again, Terry, for the meal and the hospitality. And the stories. It was my pleasure. Come again anytime. Hopefully the riverside will be more full then. It will be if you repair that bridge. Thanks for reminding me. You and the dog get dressed quickly and walk out the squeaky wooden door with a last wave goodbye to the reindeer. I am stuffed. The bread was amazing. He did say that he wanted to open up a bakery. He could have with all that cake behind him. Alvy! The dog blushes with a smile, trying to retract his head into his jacket like a turtle. Am I wrong, though? I can't believe my ears. But I can believe my eyes, and I have to agree. You reach for a fist bump. His head turns to the side in confusion, then he taps your fist and leans in. Hello? Is this thing on? What was that? You're holding a microphone. Right? No. I was offering a fist bump. Oh. You just hit my fist with your fist as a silent sign of agreement or congratulations. Right. I knew that. Ow. I said hit, not punch. Sorry. Just how rich is your family that you never got to learn something like this? Let's concentrate on more important things than my family. What's more important than my dear friend's lack of street manners? Well, the sun has set and we don't know where to go, for instance. That's not... Realization strikes, after many minutes of walking and talking to the dog from the woods back to town, that you don't have my dorm key. I completely forgot to ask about my dorm. Wait, devious plan incoming. Oh no. Ha 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 ha, silly me. I got too distracted by all the handsome people that I've been meeting today. Do you mind if I crash at your place tonight? I know dorms usually have one very small bed, but I bet that we can make do. We have dorms? Yeah. Like, free dorms, all of us? Yeah, every student gets one. You just gotta ask for the key yourself because it has, like, anti-magic precautions or something. Did you really not know? It's news to me, but good news. I doubt that there is anyone at the academy to help us now. What do we do? My phone is low on battery too. I can't even see where we are. There's a map over there. Should be useful. Maybe we could find a hotel somewhere nearby? Well, that's convenient. I certainly don't want to walk around too much at this hour. So the red dot is us. Seems like it. Hey, that's the entrance I used when I came here. I recognize the street overlooking the academy up there. That looks like the arena. And those look like some of the dorm buildings. They're pretty far away. Good thing that we're not going there then. What do the different colors mean? The darkest colors are for public spaces or government-owned buildings. The medium ones are commercial places, shops, restaurants, and the like. And the lightest ones are residential areas. Exactly. Oh, of course. You must know how to read these maps pretty well since you've been here for some time. Wish I memorized them a bit better. Wait a second. If you don't have a dorm yet, where have you been staying at night? Same kind of place that we're going to now? A hotel? Aren't those kind of expensive? I had to... who am I kidding? You're rich. Little rich boy. Yeah. Have you at least asked if you could get your dorm room early? Many non-first years live there, so I doubt that it would have been a problem. No, I don't want everyone to know where to find me at all times, so I opted not to even ask about a key. At least you didn't have to sleep on the streets. That decision did stretch my wallet thin. Mine is so thin that you can see through it. Hey, there's a hotel over there, next to the hospital. Is that the one that you used? No, never seen that one. Laconia is very tourist-heavy, so it doesn't surprise me that they have multiple hotels in a single smallish town. Let's go. Can't wait to jump in a nice, warm, soft bed. You grab the dog's hand without thinking much and walk to your right excitedly. Then take a left, watching as more and more windows light up down the road. I think you walked the wrong way. What? We were supposed to go to the left first, according to the map. Oh. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. Why didn't you say anything sooner? You noticed that the dog had been blushing since even before correcting your path. Perhaps he was just as excited about the hand-holding as you, maybe more so. It's fine. We can just walk this way and it should lead us in the same place. Clearly someone is overconfident in their ability to remember directions. After 5 minutes of walking, you have to admit, we're lost. How did we even manage that? It's some kind of special talent. Maybe we should just go back to the map. I could ask a friend for help, just so that we don't waste too much time. That would be great. But I don't see any public phones, and mine is dead. No need for that. The dog places his backpack gently on the ground and searches through it, moving things to the side and thinking about what to take out. When he makes up his mind, you can see a small blue stone clutched in his hand. It begins to glow brighter and brighter as he concentrates. Is that a... No way. From the gemstone, faint smoke streams flow to the ground until a creature is formed. Although you can't make out what it is exactly by its unique features, you know one thing for sure. That's a Nightfallen. A big one at that. Surprise, a summoner can summon? No, I know, I should have done this earlier. It's going to guide us to the nearest hotel. I could do that too. Just saying. Hello? We have bigger problems here. Scribbles. Like what? Oh, looks like he had already chose the right street. Come on. Aldi, wait up. You can't just... Is anyone gonna let me finish my fucking sentence? Oh, hey there, officer. Stop right there, criminal scum. Huh? Me? Both of you. Put that thing away this instant. The new arrival, a police officer or guard of some kind, judging by his uniform, points at the summon by your friend's side. Still stunned from the sudden outburst, the dog shuffles to call the summon back as the officer seems to be reaching for something behind him. He's gone, he's gone. Isn't this such a fine evening, officer? He visibly relaxes once the summon is gone, but his stern look and angry voice still remains, just more professional. Why are you wearing shades? Hey! I'm the one asking questions here. Officer Duke Goodboy reporting for duty. Are you and him together? Well, not truly together, but it's not that far off. I mean, you could even say that this is So you're both criminals then? Oh. What did I do? Do you not know summoning inside a barrier, especially Laconia's barrier, is strictly prohibited and highly punishable? Is that what you were trying to tell me? Yeah. We're sorry, Officer Goodboy. We're both first years at the academy. We just got here today. Yeah, that's right. The academy, eh? I suppose that makes sense. The headmaster could excuse you even if you summoned with malicious intent, so there's no point in taking this further. You. But what in the name of the academy are you two doing all the way over here so late at night? Have some fun? Oh, you silly first years. The red light district is on the other side of town. Oh, yes, exactly what we were looking for. Have some fun. Get it? Ooh, right, LV? Yep, find all the red lights in there, in the district. Well, sorry for alarming you, officer. We promise never to do that again, and we'll be on our way. Don't stay out too late now, you hear? Or those harlots are gonna suck your wallet dry as well as your soul. Not that I know anything about that, of course. Good to know. And just in case, I'll need a little confirmation that you're both students. Just your dorm room cards will suffice, nothing more. Here's the thing. We don't have those. What? Every student has a dorm card. But fine, let's pretend that you left them with your friends or something. At least show me your lunch and dinner cards. It just say food card, but they refuse to provide the most essential meal of the day, those rats. We don't have those either. Student ID? Those will be distributed after the test, or so I was told. Are you even from around here? Show me your regular IDs. It's in my luggage. I don't have one in general. So you have nothing to prove you're not Nightfall and terrorists. Whoa. We have our uniforms. Well, I mean, I do. That's gotta count. I'm not a police officer, but that's just a white shirt, pants, and tie. Whose side are you on? Well, what about our emblems? I got one too, buddy. Doesn't make me a student. I got brochures for the Shards. The Doberman shakes his head in disappointment and frustration while reaching for his belt. Then I have no other choice. Under Section 6, Article 21, Rule 34, anyone showing signs of suspicious Nightfallen activity and summoning must be apprehended and investigated by a personnel of the sergeant rank or higher. I knew this day would come. Do we really need to stay in a cell? Until I can get some actual identification, yes. I don't want you running around summoning whatever you want. That's not how it works. I'll contact the headmaster in the morning. We have to stay here all night? Well, maybe next time you'll think twice before summoning a Nightfallen inside the barrier, especially one that size. Now be good boys and stay right there. Goodbye, soft bed. You just had to summon a Nightfallen without letting me know first. I'm sorry. He's just the best at finding stuff. And I just wanted to present him to you. I thought that it could be a good step towards... Never mind. I ruined everything again. You didn't actually ruin anything. We are literally in jail. Hey, I love new experiences, and this is really just a misunderstanding. He's going to clarify our identities and we'll be free. No big deal. We'll still get in trouble with the headmaster, won't we? Most likely, but don't worry. I bet that I can charm him with my boisterous and pure personality. You are neither of those things. I can always pretend, just like we'll pretend to be completely dumb and innocent when he inevitably yells at us. At the very least, your silly proposition did make him less sad, but not enough to make him get off the floor. So many questions buzzing through your head, so many plans to cheer him up, but what should you do? Getting him out might be the fastest way to reduce his guilt, or perhaps a heart-to-heart conversation, something you become very good at. And yet another block in the road shows itself when your vision becomes blurry, your heart starts to pound, and your mind becomes a brothel. Are you fucking kidding me? Now? Again? We just went through this. I don't make the rules. I don't even really know the rules. So what now? I'm inside a damn cell. I can't quite do anything in here. You could ask your new friend for a hand. I am absolutely not dragging Alvy into this kind of stuff this early. Not him, genius. I know you're not going to risk it with this one, but I'm sure you're totally fine with the other. Oh, him. But how do I even... I need to consider. Ignore the feeling and stay with Alvy. I think that I can use some comforting. He can use some comforting. Seduce the guard, get rid of the lust, and get out of the process. Nah. We already know that that's usually bad. Understanding each other is a first step to a happy relationship, so here comes the casual questions. You know, I'd love to meet your summons at some point. You would? Just maybe in a legal setting next time. That's a deal I can make. How come you didn't know about this very important rule, if you don't mind me asking? My parents didn't think any Nightfallen-related topics were worth teaching. I was mostly born and bred into the family business, where there's no place for such things. You've summoned before inside the barrier, haven't you? He blushes, a bit surprised at your question. Yeah, just not in front of anyone. Nobody ever told me that it was bad. I thought that everyone outside of my family loves Nightfallen unconditionally. But that was just my aunt, I guess. Would you look at that? It turns out that it was my fault we got into this mess after all. What? No. That's not even logical. Did you even listen to what I just said? You wouldn't even have summoned anything in public if it wasn't for me, so all I see is a big guilty sign stamped on my forehead. Sure, not knowing the law doesn't make you innocent, but it's a guardian's duty to teach you that, and it seems that they failed. Then I failed as well, as your friend. You see what I'm doing here, right? Yeah, I know. Stop beating yourself up type of thing. I'm trying, I promise. It's hard to be upset when you're so positive. That's a good boy. You mean officer good boy? Against all odds, it seems like the lust rush is going down, and all it took was a bit of self-restraint. Since we're done sulking and sharing memories, how about we figure out how to get out of here? You're not proposing to break out of jail, are you? Otherwise, we can get out by waiting. No. Unless... Don't even think about it. He didn't take my phone, which is kinda useless right now, but... He didn't even take your gems either, did he? No, he doesn't seem to be very good at his job. Did he ever ask for our names? Don't think so. How would he know who we are if we just disappeared then? I got us in trouble and you want us to get us executed? It's not that big of a deal. Since when did you become so ballsy? Since when do you think that you know how ballsy I was before? Fair enough. Well, I don't want to pee in a bucket, so how do we do it? There you go. Hey, Scribbles. Sup? How much magic would it take to get me and Alvy out of here? I could bust a lock pretty easily. Too much noise. Something more discreet. Maybe teleportation or something. Teleportation takes way too much magic. I could, however, make you phase through the bars. Let's do that. Hey, Alvy, take my hand and close your eyes. If it's necessary. You stand in front of the iron bars just inches away from your snout. Then you take a confident step forward. As if nothing were there in the first place, you find yourself on the other side upon opening your eyes. Wow, I wish that I could cast spells like you. Huh? You can't? That's a story for another update. You're right, let's go before. Great news, gentlemen! Too late, the guard walks into the room with a smile on and hands on his hips. You can feel the eyes behind the shades lock into yours. I was just contacted by your Shards vice leader and confirmed your student titles. Great. Is that all? Yes, you're free to go. I'm glad to know that you are legitimate and hardworking students of our country. Just go, 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 go. Thank you, officer. We'll be on our way then. Of course. Huh. Wait a second. The man squints his eyes behind the shades, looking at the cell, then at you several times. I gotta thank you for not using the bucket. It's a hassle and a half to clean. No problem. Dragged along by the dog with hair strands looking like porcupine needles from the tension, you leave the small building that makes the precinct. The grasp of his hand crushing your fingers. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Calm down. It worked out in the end. Just breathe. Breathe. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Barium, He really saved our pelts. Judging by the skills of that guard, he probably would have forgotten about us until morning. I wonder how Therium knew that we were in jail. Are we that predictable? I like to think people don't expect us to end up in a cell on a day-to-day basis. So it's pretty weird. Maybe Mr. Duke contacted him himself? In the middle of the night? Maybe he didn't want to spend his whole night watching us? He did seem a bit sleep-deprived. I bet the shades are to conceal his massive dark circles under his eyes. Now, how do we get to that hotel again? Would you look at that? We don't even have to remember. Thankfully, it seems that the police station is much closer to the original starting point than you thought. This time you both take a good look at the map, realizing that the path to the hotel really isn't all that difficult, as long as you keep your emotions and excitement in check, that is. The empty, well-illuminated streets are easy to navigate when you know where you're going. Are you sure that you don't want to summon a nightfall in to fly us there? Would be faster. Oh, shut up, you. I'm expecting you to teach me all these societal things I don't know about. That would require me to be with you 24/7. So be it. What was that? We're here. This must be the building. Let's go inside. I like the enthusiasm. You walk inside the well-illuminated foyer. The bright colors, modern architecture, lack of windows, and bright light immediately makes you question if it is still dark outside, or if you time-traveled upon passing the threshold. The dog leaves your side as you try to take in all the interior in, quickly makes his way to the front desk. There, a young-looking woman is waiting for you with a smile. There is something weird about the atmosphere, you think. From the sweet floral scent seemingly coming from the walls themselves to the soft music playing in the background like a dating sim, and the artificial friendliness that you're greeted with. Good evening and welcome to Hotel Ogevert, where dreams intertwine and passions ignite. How may I help you tonight? Hi, we're looking to get, some rooms. How much for a night? One room would be 50 per night. More than my previous hotel. Could we, get 2? 1 for each of you? She seemed confused. Yeah? I'm afraid that we only give rooms to 2 or more people. If you'd like to separate rooms, it will cost an additional charge. I can't really afford that. And I just realized my wallet is in my luggage. We'll just take 1 room then, please. Very well. May I have your names? Alvi Arafar. Cody White. Alright, your room... Oh. Did you say Cody White? Yeah. From the academy? The very same. Why? Somebody dropped a package for you earlier. They asked to keep an eye out for you. What in the... Here you go. The woman takes out 2 bags from under the desk and places them in front of you. My stuff! What? Who? How did it get here? Who brought it? They didn't give me a name, sorry. What did they look like? Pretty tall, probably a man, wearing a dark cloak. That's all I can remember. Were they wearing a mask? Yeah, I believe so, under the hood. I got a glimpse of a beak, I think. Weird choice of a wardrobe. But I've seen people wearing sunglasses at 2 in the morning and crop tops in winter, so I'm not surprised. Both of you and the dog seem surprised by the revelation, but neither of you give an explanation. Alright, thanks for the stuff. And hey, would you look at that? Now that I have my wallet back, I can pay for my own room. We can switch from a double room to 2 single rooms, right? Of course, there is however a cancellation fee of about 80. Never mind. Come on, let's check the room. The dog quickly grabs the pamphlet from the desk before following you up the stairs. Cancellation fees are stupid. I learned about them last month and I'm pretty upset too. Are you as concerned as I am, Scribbles? Yeah. Why are people paying so much for overnight shelter when the rooms are empty anyway? Not about that. The cloak thing had my stuff. You don't know that it was it. People around here have interesting fashion choices, but they are all unique enough to tell me that there is nobody else fitting that description. You can't possibly not be concerned at all. Wanna watch me not give a fuck? It's gonna be a boring watch because I don't give a fuck. Instead, how about you tell me more about this scam of a business? Am I really overreacting or am I getting gaslit? The idea of a hotel is literally just rooms that you borrow for when you travel and need a temporary place to stay. There isn't much to it. Yes, it's expensive, but this seems like a high-quality hotel, so yeah. I heard that there are a lot of homeless people around. Why can't they just take up these rooms? I don't think that there are homeless people in Laconia, but there sure are in Arkenville as a whole. And well, it's a business, not a charity. I don't know capitalism, I guess. Fascinating. As cruel as I am, your world proves to be just as cruel as it always has been. Wouldn't say I disagree, nor that I am proud of it. By the time our conversation ends, you and the dog reach your room and open the door. The first thing that you notice is once again the smell, different, less pungent, but it has a calming effect, and all it took was a whiff. Ah, finally, we can relax. Let's see. Large single bed, bit of a bummer, but check. Heart-shaped pillow, check. Bouquet of flowers, check. Condoms and lube, check. Yeah, this is a love hotel, isn't it? That and more, it seems. Your friend, soon possibly lover, still has his snout glued to the pamphlet he picked up. It says that it connects a couple's dreams, using exotic incense from Iglia. I didn't know Iglia exports anything that's not food. Psst, dream drugs, much less potent than my magic, never worked on me. I'm surprised it's so far away from the red light district. They probably wanted to be close to the hospital. Many people don't trust imported goods in this country. Yeah. Do we, stay here? Is that alright with you? Yeah. Is that alright with you? Sure. I mean, I don't mind. Cool. Cool. Two bumbling idiots can barely hold their lips together, even with the cartoonishly amount of blush on both of their faces. An awkward tension created, they still refused to make the first move. That's called a narrator's bias and it's illegal, at least in my mind. I'll, go take a shower. You exclaim suddenly, locking yourself in the bathroom before the dog can say anything. I'm such a mess. I wouldn't even blame a lust rush if it came on right now. I deserve it. Maybe a cold and hot shower will shock me to my senses. While you do that, I'll test my new abilities. New abilities? What kind of abilities? I've been able to move around your body and see and hear things of my own, but I'm not sure how far I can go. That was fast. Should I be concerned that you'll soon take over or something? Nah. Aight. Let's see. Just behind the wall. He really wants that shower. Didn't even ask me to join him. Not like that. Just to wash his back. Jeez, since when did you become a pervert? I can float through the room just fine. Interesting. Now what the hell is this loser talking about? Can't live in a hotel forever. Watch me. You're right. I'm not happy. But it's not like I want to do this. You know that. Still better than a dorm, where everyone knows where I sleep and I have neighbors in communal areas. I know. Not better than a house. I'm still thinking about that. No, I haven't decided. I met him today. Just because he didn't do it yet doesn't mean that he never will. Did he save you? That's true. I don't... who am I kidding? You're absolutely right. He's the nicest person that I've met besides my aunt. And the only one that's not creepy. That was before that I knew how alike we are. Still a weirdo, but so am I. I will still separate the beds, yes. I can never be too sure, too careful. Greed is our species' biggest enemy. Huh. Where have I heard that before? Oh, I feel him scrubbing the hell out of his fur. Should go back. I swear he'll lose most of his fur by 40 at this rate. Back to you. Hey, you're back. How was your experiment? The dog's just talking to his night fallen over there. Didn't pay much attention to his words. But these abilities seem to work well. Almost too well. But that's great. Also, I think you should care more about me. Just saying. Oh, getting jealous? No. I'm being serious. A whole ass demon is flexing his newfound powers inside of you and you barely even care. This is for your own good, you know. How is it for my own good? Obviously it's... If I'm powerful enough, you can summon me faster and finish our deal. Aren't I the one who's supposed to get more powerful to do that? It works both ways to some extent. Kinda. See? You're being such a little liar. I'm not little. And not a liar. Semi-liar. Same thing. You're obviously hiding stuff from me all the time. Your past, the lust rushes, our deal, and much more. So if you don't have the decency to tell me everything, even while using my body, then excuse me, but I'll continue to mostly mind my own business. Now, I believe that there is someone on the other side of the door who doesn't mind being honest with me. But he's not even... I don't want to hear it. Fine. I'll just go back to narrating, if that's how it is. No. Huh? I'd like to continue experiencing your narrations, but... maybe pause them. Until morning, at least. Alright. I'll just stay back and watch. What the? He locked me out? No! He locked me in. I walk out from the shower with a large soft towel around my waist and another one on my head. Alvy is sitting quietly at the edge of the bed, overlooking the window before he turns towards me. His eyes can't decide whether they should look at my half-naked body or not, so he's barely stealing glances. I'm all done, your turn, but check it out. These towels are huge and soft and, most importantly, free. And these are also free. I grab my waist towel and drop it down with one swift move. Ah! What? They also gave us free branded underwear. Isn't it nice? You got a pair in there too. Should have warned me. I thought you were gonna flash me. You didn't look away though. I was just stunned. I'm gonna go shower now. Do you? No, I don't need help. I was gonna ask if you really need to take the backpack with you, but alright. I'm glad he seems a little more moody. That's a sign of healing. Maybe he's just a natural brat, although if I want one of those, I could just hang out with Tate. Isn't that right, Oh, right. Anyway, what do we have here? I notice the beds are separated at first and foremost. Who uses double mattresses to make a single coupled bed? The condoms, lube, and flower petals have all disappeared into one of the drawers. Not like I had anything in mind that included those, but alright. I think I'll just lay down and wait for him then. I think I'll also sleep in my underwear tonight. It's still very warm. Besides, I don't see a second blanket and I don't want to make things awkward anyway. Soon, I hear the door creak open and a surprised dog's face appears. Oh, sorry, I thought you'd be dressed by now. I'll leave for a moment. No, that's fine. I'm gonna sleep like this. Are you not? I look him up and down discreetly. I notice that he is indeed wearing the complimentary underwear just like me. I was thinking about it. I suppose it would be rude to let you be the only one. And they are pretty comfortable. Right? And we match. Not like that's important for any reason. Anyway, do you mind if we keep the window open? I like fresh air. Alright, but I'm taking the bed further away. Deal. At last, I can plug my phone to charge by the nightstand. It takes a minute for it to turn on, time filled by Alvy's squirming in bed, as well as the sound of his backpack moving around. I can tell that he's not very used to sleeping without pajamas or some other nightly robe. And of course, he's going to clutch that thing like a stuffed toy. His awkwardness is cute, even if I don't dare stare at him too much. I can tell that he's more comfortable around me, although he seemed a bit upset at himself for growing such an attachment. I look over at the screen as it opens at full brightness. 1:30 a.m. Time for some shut-eye. Hey, Cody? Yeah? You remember what this hotel is for, right? Of course, but it's not like we chose it on purpose. Well, yes. But do you think that we should take advantage of this nonetheless? I mean, we did pay extra. I mean, it would be a waste that we do have everything that we need right here, but I'm kinda tired and out of stamina. What? You don't need stamina for it. Oh? Sorry, I thought that'd be the one on top, but I'm not complaining. He turns around and looks at me with utter confusion. On top of what? I'm talking about sharing dreams. Oh, of course. I knew that. I was just joking. His confusion slowly turns into realization, then a blush. Fuck. Why am I like this? At least I didn't accidentally trigger a lust rush. But I think it's a good idea. Dreams sure are fun. Mine can be a bit weird, just a warning. Same for me. What makes yours weird? My dreams are mostly dark, with only a few people appearing in them occasionally. Real people? Sure, and Nightfallen sometimes. I see. That's good to know. Really? What about you? Alvy? I turn around and see my friend's chest moving rhythmically and slowly, with gentle breaths barely being heard. He seems peaceful. Are you avoiding my question, or are you really that exhausted? This is a great time to snoop through his backpack. He really is asleep. Good night, and sweet dreams, my new friend. It's my turn to practice this temporary death cycle we mortals like to do each night. So many people would kill to be able to place their heads on a pillow and just start dreaming. I'm not sure if it's the sweet scent of the Love Hotel, Alvy's soothing presence, or my own exhaustion, but I end up doing just that. Suddenly, a familiar darkness takes over. Yep, judging by my high amounts of energy, lack of air in my lungs, and the unusually light weight on my shoulder, this is a dream. But what kind of dream? Could I possibly be in Alvy's mind? He's not thinking of much. Dark, empty mind. Smooth brain, no ridges or lumps, or valleys or bumps, all ideas slide off like water sled. Would you turn around already? Ah. Scribbles. You're here. Yeah, the only place I could be, since you locked me in here. I did that? Kind of rude, but whatever. I'm sorry. You're sorry? Why? You were right about everything. I know you so well because of your mind, I guess, except for the parts you're guarding. But I am not allowed to tell you anything about me. Not allowed? You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't know the rules of demons and I shouldn't pry. And I shouldn't have been so upset at you in the first place. I was just overthinking. I'm upset that for the first time I get to help someone in need instead of the other way around. And I feel like I'm blowing it. You're not blowing it, if you care about my opinion. You think so? Yeah, I can tell. He clearly likes you to some extent. At least I know for a fact that he would not be spending the night with you in the same room, even if the beds were separated. Thanks. I needed to hear that. So, are we good? Yeah, sure. The crack in the darkness becomes bigger as his response leaves his mouth. Should I be concerned about that? I think it's nice that you visited. Now you should go into the dog's dream. So yes, this is concerning. Just to me. Now get the hell out of here already. But what about... I said goodbye! Gee, he's alright. See you in the morning then. Grumpy butt. Lucky I like you. So, how do I get to Alvy's dreams? You can just run in the opposite direction, through the darkness, and you should be there. Thanks. You're not pranking me though, right? No, I'm not. That's how I've been getting into your dreams at night. I'm gonna trust you, because you're my friend and I value you dearly. Just go already! I can feel you blushing as I walk away. No response, and as I turn around, no scribble either. No crack in the darkness, just regular darkness. Am I already there? My words are cut short by a bright image slowly fading in and covering my vision like a blanket. My mouth does not move, my eyes do not blink. I cannot feel my body at all. As if I become a part of the scenery. And my mind also. Can I touch him? I wouldn't recommend it. But he's so cute. Why does he have a watch? He's handing it to me. Do not touch that either. Remember when he tried to give you that pencil? Your mother would kill me if you got another cheek scratch, and you were lucky that it was only that. Yeah, I guess. But what's the point if I can't even pet him? Some things are best left for your eyes alone. Nightfallen don't exist for us. They exist with us. You are very gifted, Alvy. If only you had a chance to learn more. But not under her watchful gaze. Yes, dear. They're at it again. It's the last time that I call my sister to get rid of a random Nightfallen. Any other hunter would become suspicious of so many of them around our home, so we don't have a choice. But we'll keep a closer eye on him. We don't want her to give him any ideas. The narrator makes a surprise comeback as the rays of the morning sun touch your eyelids and the birds sing through the open windows. A chill runs through your body with the breeze flowing through. You slowly turn around with a confused look on your face since this night's dream still needs answers. Your confusion turns to surprise when you realize the bed next to you is empty and cold. To be continued. I did say that this was just going to be the first day. Thank you for playing. See you again soon. Okay. So, like I said once again, this is just the first day for Alvi. As was said during the Therium playthroughs, he's gonna be bringing out each day like little by little, but it should be a lot faster because he's focusing on just working on one day instead of working on the whole chapter for each character. So that's good as far as I'm concerned. It means more updates for this visual novel. But yeah. So hopefully you guys like Alvi, because he seems interesting, and his backstory, or at least what we're seeing so far, is very interesting. And he seems to have something... Oh, I thought there would be more. He seems to be having something similar to what Cody and Scribbles has, with the ring that he has. Whether or not it is a good Nightfallen or demon or whatever, we know, has yet to be seen, and we don't really know what exactly they were talking about yet, about like the whole, like he seems to be nice, but like he hasn't made it, I'm assuming, like a move or anything yet. So we'll have to see that eventually. I'm assuming that the reason why he also disappeared was because Cody was in that type of dream and he was seeing those type of things, so he probably didn't want to have to answer that yet. We'll probably be seeing Alvi again during the what's it called? The auditions. Because now we get to, I hope, experience them with Alvi. Either during or after, because he's the one that shows that he can summon like the wolves and stuff like that. And if you recall from the Therium playthrough, which I hope that you watched first, Therium was very unimpressed while everyone was like, oh wow, that's so cool. So hopefully Cody will be able to be impressed by it and we won't be assaulted by Therium again, who's going to be like, oh, you're here finally. Here, let me give you a summon. Hopefully you're, proving worthwhile or whatever. And obviously, if you're coming from the Therium playthrough, which again, hopefully you are, you'll see that Therium is working with with the hooded person that was watching Cody take a piss. And that Therium himself has his own ulterior motives, whether they are good or bad, but they seem to be maybe not bad, but not good either. Especially in relation to Aiden's adopted father, the headmaster, the lion. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that hopefully will be revealed or at least explained or at least expanded upon in Alvi's route and eventually in the other route for the summoners, because this is not the only one. These two are not the only ones, Therium and Alvi. There's still one more, and obviously Scribbles sort of hinted at it, but yeah. Anyways, this has gone long enough. It is, according to OBS, 2 hours and 31 minutes so far, so that's going to be shorter, I'm assuming, in editing, but still. Anyway, so thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Lush Shards yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page, where you can download the game and play it, or you can just go to itch.io.com and download it from there. And of course, they have a Patreon where you can subscribe and get early access to builds of Lush Shards, and you can find out more about what's going on with Alvi, which I'm assuming Chapter 2 should be coming along sooner rather than later. And maybe you'll see some, like, behind the scenes stuff, maybe some, I don't know, works in progress. I don't know. Anyways, you can do that from the Patreon, and also in the description, you will find all my other links, my Ko-fi, my Throne, I don't know, if you want to subscribe to the channel to be a channel member, to like watch these videos faster. But yeah, so like I'm recording this on September the 3rd. It's going to be edited either within today or tomorrow. So channel members will see it either on the 4th or the 5th. But everyone else will see it like a week later. But yeah, anyway, so we'll see. Anyway, so I guess that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.